Hey everybody, it's me again. I'm just going to do a quick review on this A.L.I.C.E pack that I bought the other day with my good old pal Crocky. As you can see, he's decided to rest on top of the pack because he really likes the pack. Now, before I start talking about the pack, he's going to help me talk about the other parts and components that come with the pack. Well, he has the same sentiments as I do about these pieces. Now, the pack itself is actually in really good condition. It's a genuine military-issued pack that was used by recruits at some point in time for either the Marines or the infantry. It was in the condition as described, only had some stains, and other than that, which there's some white stains on the top where you have your map sack here. Other than that, and that's on the inside, you can't see it, there's no tears. Everything when it works properly, it opens and closes. All the snaps open and close properly. And can't really do that too well with my right hand, but left hand. But let's talk about the components real quick. Now, first, this is one of the shoulder straps. You look at it and you go, okay, there's nothing wrong with this. And then you start looking really close and you go, wait a second. This nylon cord is actually supposed to go across this top metal bar, because there's 3 slits on this thing. The first, the second, and then the third, which you can kind of see my fingers through a little bit. And this is supposed to be going across the top bar and taking up the place of the first metal slit. The way it is, it's taking up the first and second, which the second and third are supposed to be open so that you can take the strap and put it through the second and the third. But as this is taking up the second, you can't push it through. You can try. I've tried doing this with both hands, but you can't even do it with one. And if you really try doing it with one, then it just doesn't work, and you get all upset and and it's not going to ride on your back as properly. Now, I actually bought a medium A.L.I.C.E pack, which the one on the bottom over here is a large. This one was already put together, and you can actually see my point a lot better. Over here, on this shoulder strap, you can see the second and third slits are open, and the loop is going through, actually the second and third one's open, and it's going through the first slit. And so these two are open to put the strap through, which they are done like so on this one. This is how it's supposed to work. You can actually make it go through this, but it's just not going to ride the same, and it's just going to be a complete pain in the butt to actually operate this thing. Now, that might not be that big of a deal, but let's go ahead and move down to the shoulder pads themselves. Now, if you look at these, the first thing you notice is, well, that's a different color than that. Well, that's not that big of a deal. But as I noticed that, I noticed there's a stitch here. And it looks like something was just ripped off. It's bulging out, and it's just not that good. Then I noticed there's another little stitch right here at the bottom. And I started feeling inside, and there's 2 more. So there's 4 little stitches here. I just thought that was kind of weird. Maybe something went there, a recruit put something there, a piece of equipment, and ripped it off again. And so then I noticed, okay, these are not necessarily in line with each other. And these, this is where it's supposed to kind of bend and give you a little flex and fit on your body really well. And the way these are supposed to fit on is they're going to go straight down your body and then pivot and go to the outside of your body. So, those aren't right. It's not a big deal. Maybe it's just me and it's supposed to fit that way. I started looking down here at these connectors. There's nothing wrong, there's nothing wrong with the connectors. They work fine. And I just kind of was looking. I'm like, 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches. Wait a second. That has 4 nice stitches in it. This has a strap going across it and has 2 other stitches. And, why does this have the extra? Was this not done right? And then I was like, well, let's look at the length of these. That looks kind of similar to this. I'm looking at all this stuff, and I'm like, I'm going to set it aside later, and, So I kind of folded it into where they fit together nice. I went, wow, that looks the same. Oh, wait, this and this now match. Now, this is a left shoulder strap. Now, this is a right... Oh, this is a left shoulder strap. Oh, you know what? Okay, so somebody said, okay, I'm going to give this guy this pack. Gave me the left one, couldn't find a right one, so he took another left, flipped it over, which means he had to take this that was here, rip it off, put it here, and sew it down. And I could pull on this and almost feel the stitching tear with just my one hand. My one hand that has tendonitis at the moment. So yeah. Then you look up and you go, okay, wait, that strap that goes across this is similar to that strap up there. So that means he ripped this off from here, put it here, sewed it here, did such a poor job of sewing that he took this strap from up here, put it over here, sewed it across, and then that was so poor that he decided to stitch across these two parts to make sure that it stayed on. And then he realized, oh crap, I took that strap off of here, I gotta find another piece. Couldn't find a piece that matched this, so he just put that there. So this isn't going to ride on you properly, it's going to chafe on you, and it's bending in places it shouldn't because of the extra stitching. These were designed to hold 70 plus pounds of weight, which I'm probably never going to do that. But I mean, even less than that or whatnot, this one is probably going to rip on me. So that's just poor craftsmanship, and I mean, it was issued as used, but this is beyond used. This means somebody went and tried to refurbish this and make it new. So those, I mean, this is supposed to be here. This is supposed to match this. This is supposed to be the left side, not the right side. And this is a spoon. So does that make sense? No, it doesn't, and neither does this. So there's the kidney pad, it's fine. There's the straps, it's fine. Okay, let's look at the external frame. Now as you look at it, you know, like, oh, nothing's wrong with it. Wait a minute. Isn't that kind of tilted? Now let me take the camera and actually put it on the center of the very bottom metal piece. And let's ride across. Okay, we're looking straight down. This side is good. So we take our finger, we touch it there, and then we go, okay, let's follow this. Okay, and look at rocks. Let's follow this a little bit. Go across, keeping it straight and level. Okay. Look at that. Look at that. My finger actually will move 2 inches to touch the end of this, and it dances for me if I do that. I'll put my finger in the same place and move all the way back. Up, my finger's touching. And I know I'm not going across this perfectly straight, but I mean, you can see that. That means you're going to have your left shoulder pushed forward and you're going to be hunched over. It's not going to be riding on you properly. It's just, you know, they're trying to tell me that the only thing wrong with this is it had a couple of stains in it, which it does. That's cool. I'm cool with that. This, I am not cool with. This is not good. You're giving me pieces of equipment that I paid good money for that's not going to work on me properly. This pack, I paid $13.50 for. This pack, with the external frame, cost me $49.99. This was already put together. There's nothing wrong with this. I've checked it. There aren't even any stains in it. It's just some people really try to, you know, just screw you over. And I just wanted to make this review to show people and say, look, you know, you got to be careful with all the little pieces that come with everything. So I'm going to do a review on this pack later on, which is good, and show you what I'm going to use it for. But just be careful. Make sure anything you buy you check out, especially if you go online, or else it would be messed up. So should I get this pack again? I'm going to try and see what happens when I get a different buyer, seller, and you know, just be careful. Always be careful. Right? Yes, Crocky agrees with me. Agree with the Croc. See you next time, and Godspeed, everyone.